Hey guys, and welcome to this money making video on my channel. In this video we are on World 84 to access the free portable fletchers, and we're going to go into a money making method related around fletching. So fletching certain bolts, in this case we're going to be fletching the Ascendery bolts with the Hydrix bolt tips and the Rune bolts with the Onyx bolt tips, can generate quite decent profits per hour because of the speed you can fletch these bolts. Now I will not lie, these are pretty much held behind a buy limit onto the bolt tips, and also as well the sort of buy limit and the buy price of them as well. So it's not something you can do all the time, but whenever you've got enough time to buy up enough bolt tips, it's something for an hour or two you can definitely make a lot of profit very quick, as well as a lot of fletching XP very quick, and earn a decent profit. Now on the noob account, this is something I've been training my fletching with. Because I've got quite a large cash stack at the minute, I'm buying Onyx bolt tips slowly while going doing other skills, and then whenever I've got enough to do a decent chunk of fletching, I do that all in one big go, and then make the profit from that and invest it in other skills. So in terms of the level you're going to need to do this, to do the Onyx bolts method, you'll need to do 73 fletching, and then to do the Ascendery bolts, you're going to do 80 fletching. Now, one thing you can do if you're 80 fletching to do this quicker is to split your cash between the two sets of bolts, which means you need to wait half the amount of time before you can buy more bolts. So I'm going to start with the Rune bolts. So the Rune bolts all in is a price of 5.5k. Now that is higher than what I bought that Onyx bolt tip at the minute. Because the bonus XP weekend is coming, I bought just a little bit over 5k, which I can show you at the end of the video as well, which means we'll have a slightly bigger margin in that as well. But let's go and fletch these bolts. Because they are bolts as well, you've got 60 actions per go on the fletching portable, which is very AFK to be fair, and it's pretty decent XP as well. Not as good as things like broads or other faster fletching methods, but we are mainly doing this for profit rather than fletching XP. So any form of fletching XP will be a nice bonus on top compared to not doing it. So as you can see as well, in terms of doing a full invoke, you're going to get the best part of 2 minutes just AFK time. So if there's something you want to do while sort of half paying attention to RS, this is something you can do and make a decent bit of GP on the side. So just to compare the profits between the two. So even though this is slightly higher than what I've paid, 5.5k per bolt, and the bolt is 5.8k, so per bolt you are actually making 300 GP profit, which as you see from the speed, you are making a couple of mil per hour. The wiki says it's 8 mil an hour, but I think prices are slightly higher in a minute because people would have bought this supplies for bonus XP weekend. But I think 5 mil is a solid thing to aim for as well, just for something which is actually quite decent fletching XP per hour. And it just means you can train and profit at the same time from a skill which used to be a heavy sink buyable from using broad arrows. So the next one is the Ascendery bolt tips. So Hydrix is what is used for this one. Now Hydrix are a little bit harder to buy because of the limitations of how they come into the GE. They are a massive PVM drop as well, so there is always a supply. You sometimes just need to check a buy limit as well. It can be quite big. Sometimes it can be a 900 buy limit between the two, and that's from the highest price to the lowest price. So sometimes you want to check the buy limit, and if you've got plenty of time to buy things over time, always put in for the lower limit because you'll save yourself some more money, and you also as well have more of a profit margin in case things decide to go down. The good thing about these bolts is because of their out price, their prices won't really move often. The Onyx bolt itself is 5.2k, and with a price of 5.8k, it can't really go down any lower because the out price will help keep it up. Which is why these bolts, whenever you do buy them and whenever you do invest for fletching XP, you will generally never lose money on them because they're always saved by the out value, which at the minute is a lot higher than the actual sell price. Alching these bolts is actually a decent money maker as well, but it will be something done in another video, which is going to be linked to normal magics and how they can currently make you bank. So in terms of the Hydrix bolts, so a Hydrix bolt to produce is going to cost you 7.2k. Now again, I think similar to the Onyx bolt, I bought that Hydrix bolt a little bit lower than what it says, but let's get fletching that. And again, in terms of the XP drops, that is actually very decent fletching XP compared to other methods where you make money from. Price check that very, very quick. So if I was to do that, 7.4k, and we spent 7.2k. But again, I do think that Hydrix bolt tip price I have bought for a lower price than originally stated. To be all in for a price of 7.4k with that fletching XP, you are still making a profit of 200 GP each, which is a little bit less than the Onyx bolts, which does happen. Don't know why, but it does. There is another method after this fletching stage, which can make you a little bit more GP if you wanted to, and also give you a bit more XP, which I'll go over when we've finished. So that's the 3k of both bolts done. Now the portable, what it saves is the bolts, so you can make a little bit of money with that as well. It'll just add a little bit of profit on top. So I'm just going to go over the price I've bought things for because that has changed on the price check. So the Onyx bolts, I am 5.450 and the price for those are 350 GP plus for that. That's not too bad at all. And for the sundry bolts as well. So 6.7k for that. 7.1 for the sundry bolts, which is for a price of 7.46. So 300 GP each for the sundry bolts as well. Like I said, the Onyx bolts can be better at times, which doesn't make sense because it's a lower level one. But yeah, that's not too bad. But I hope you enjoyed this guide. Like I say, these fletching methods are very good GP, but also very good at XP an hour. Your biggest problem is you're held by the buy limits and the sheer price that the bolt tips cost. Like I said, if you've got the money to spend and if you've got the money to hold in the G while they buy, definitely split it between the Hydrix and the Onyx because you can buy a lot quicker because you can split your buy limits between the two. If you are going to put a big offer in for a while, make sure to price check the bolt tip and always try and put an offer on the lower side. It will buy gradually over time, but if you're not in a rush, it's definitely worth it because you'll give yourself more profit margin and you'll give yourself more of a chance to make the most profit possible as well. I've got a video linked to these two items very soon as well in a normal magic guide. If you are interested, I'll try and leave a link in the description, or if not, I'll drop a little link in the corner. But I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like and comment. Come in with plenty more videos as well, plenty of money making guides to make, and the road to max is soon going to hit the quest grind, so I hope you're looking forward to that as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoy.